Welcome, beautiful beings. I already can feel your light warming to the soul. And what I find very interesting is even before we were gifted this beautiful, I call it a skirt of higher angelical protection. This picture was created in my how should I say it? In my attempts to illustrate what is happening with us. And so I think it's very interesting that this is almost exactly what I see. And if you'll notice, there's even a crystalline being at the very bottom. So really, really tuning in and hoping everybody's week kind of notched up a little bit. Or if there was the valley, that there was insight there. Or if there was the valley, one could call upon these features that we've been working with. As I was utilizing this beautiful angelic flow of energy throughout my week, I was meditating early one morning, and I heard the name of it, and it's Aum. And I almost had a giggle there because it almost sounded like a car revving. Aum, aum. So I go, okay, as I have to do, I have to because it kind of whispers through, and I have to have enough energy and attention to grab it. And so it took me a while to replicate that aum to find it. And then of course I had to ask how to spell it so that it would translate to something that you could remember as well. So here's what's unfolding for us, right? We could just go through life as 3D ego-based, which really ego-based means fear-based, beings that things happen to and at, and we just react. And then maybe we remember, oh yeah, I should go meditate and clear something. But we're actually knowing we need to step it up. Now, what came through, which really I never in a million years thought of this. Did not cross, you know, through my aspirations, was this idea of activating one to two to three more strands of the two beyond the two strands that we have in our DNA. And they're there. They're there. It's not something we're pulling out of the quantum and inserting it. They're there. They're just considered junk. But if they weren't there, we wouldn't do very well. And very intriguing. So scientists are like, don't know what to do with this. And then of course there's seers who see that this is in fact very much related to our our soul inferences, the recordings, if I can be a little clearer, the recordings of what we've experienced be beyond this earth plane reality, beyond this lifetime. Past lives. If you've had a memory, you believe in them. Doesn't matter if you do or not. It's what you are experiencing. And then even if we talk about past lives, a lot of times we talk about earth-based realities. And there, as we know, we have gone deep into the totality body. And from time to time, I have another experience, an aha about an alternate something manifesting out of the alternate world, which lies in our totality body, relationally 5 to 6 feet out from our body because we kind of consider, well, here's my vehicle, and then I have this field around me. And of course, your field is expanding quite significantly as you do this work. And I know this because, and first of all, you know, people kind of elbow me and they go, well, you've got quite the energy field. And they're not doing it like this, in other words, presence. But also when I'm clearing things, I can hear movement in the walls, sometimes 20 feet away. So we know that we have this energetic eminence that is part of the quantum. And we're going to move about in the world and we're going to see and experience and feel things that are going to always, in some way, be reflecting back to us either the beauty of our thoughts, meaning we're choosing higher mind, higher thoughts, choosing miracles, or it's going to reflect back uh reactivity and fear-based, anger-based thoughts, etc. So I was really guided towards this book, Becoming the Light Being You Are, by my writing mentor. She's written a number of books, Deborah Landwehr Engel. And this book is it's just so simple, but it's really all about observing your thoughts. And we've been about this, we've talked about this, and beginning to recognize when, your thoughts are leading to an ego burst or to a downturn. The things that happen to and around us, a lot of it's generating out of our thoughts. And a lot of our thoughts are subliminal. We don't record them. Or we know I have to go do this job or activity or chore. And so in our minds, that's all we're doing. But on the way to do those things, you could have 100 thoughts. Boom, 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 boom. It's been estimated between 5 and 20,000 thoughts a day just filter through people's consciousness. So we have a lot to kind of be in observation about. And interestingly enough, what I'm sensing is that at this soul protection mechanism, the and I want you just to close your eyes and just join in me. Aum. 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 And I think keep your eyes closed, and what we're going to do is we're going to activate it. Aum. And the first place to feel it is in the back body behind you, right all along that spine and muscle grouping that makes up our back body, and feel it there. And let it expand backwards into your shadow body. Light it up. Light up that shadow body. Just do it. Light it up. There you go. Okay, I'm doing it with you. We're all doing it. It's trying to, yeah, there we go. There we go. We're a oneness here, beautiful beings. So we have to follow it. Sometimes people join that weren't here last week. So the Aum is this beautiful angelic frequency that is coming from, again, this demarcation, which we call the angelic realms, that's kind of in the upper reaches of our totality body and over to the right. And so this yum, 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 it's so, look at that light. It's just so warm and yummy. And so that is radiating downward from the angelic realms. And what it's doing, first of all, we're just lighting up the dang shadow body behind us. And that has 5 realms, 5 rings, we call them, that move out. The 5th ring being 5D. So you can take a path to 5D through the shadow body. It's a little bit harder, but get it done. But this, we're bringing this now, this skirt, this radiation of light all the way back there, all the way back, all the way back, all the way back, and including everyone. There we go. We're including everyone in. And just open up your soul star above your head and just say, yes, 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 yes. Aum. I receive this angelic protection, which is quite powerful. It really is. Now I want you to include this and start to move forward from the back body through your, what you perceive as your physical vehicle, and move through that. Move through that. And now that those rays of angelic sunshine are also surrounding you right to left, including what we call the outer reaches, so the galactic and soul body on the, to name a couple of them, on the right, and on the left, the dreaming body and the parallel worlds, how we access that. So expand, expand out. Aum. Aum. Expand, expand, expand. There we go. And this one can be a little easier because it has less less detritus. It's less junk to work through, shall we say. And some of us haven't even had that many experiences that we've recorded as parallel or galactic, etc. Now we move forward and into what we call the awake body. So this is how you experience this simulation we call reality, with the thoughts and feelings and senses and all of that. And then you just move that forward 5 to 6 feet. And at the end of that is alternate world. And alternate worlds, they look somewhat similar to this world, but they can be a little tweaky. And they can, I think a lot of these movies that, Lord of the Rings and all that gets really inspired from layers and layers and layers in the alternate worlds. Someone's just bringing that on through. Okay, keep going, expand out so that now you have a hoop skirt of this beautiful soul protection all around you and all around us. We're going to just sit in that for a moment and just let it, I'm going to use the word emulsify. Emulsify anything that's just lingering that you brought in because it was just something that happened. And we're going to hold that space for each other, all of us, there. And this is why this is the IC, the Immortality Club. And we hold space for each other. And it comes back to you. So in other words, you hold space for us all, and they're holding space for you. We are there. Sometimes we have to remember to receive. Clearing. There's some stuff clearing now. Oh, okay. So now we get to kind of a little bit of further business here. So some weeks ago, we were guided to activate additional DNA strands. I had to go look it up. And we did 3, and I think it was a wallop. I hope you all are doing good, but the wallop could happen. Life changes, uh, falls, accidents, um, uh, gosh, problem with relationships, friends, family, it, because that's soul memory. And, we've all been on this kind of beautiful sine wave of flow through our, what we would call, we call it our karma. Um, and these extra soul strands, and they're thinking, well, maybe we have 10 extra ones. Some people maybe think 11. But when we activate those or begin that process, the resonances filter through and co-create your reality. So whatever you've been experiencing, you go, oh, and this is from what I'm gathering, in order to go 5D, we've got to address at least these, because these are our hooks into the earth. In the form of ancient memories. This one's really important. Infancy indoctrination. And that's, a being comes here and they're just a what is. And then they get held and burped and fed, and things are a yes and a no. That's about it. You don't teach a baby, well, that's blue and that's red. Well, I mean, an infant, they're just like awake, hold food, and then whatever movement comes out of that. Also, soul memory is early childhood programming. So, how many people can say they had the perfect childhood? No, because our parents didn't have the perfect childhood, and their parents and their parents. And we can just look back over the last 100 years and see why humanity is where it is now, because what even happened throughout, the 20th century, 1900s. And, right? And we're seeing some similar kinds of things unfolding, which, you're looking at it and you're going, some of that feels very familiar. So in this process, we've got to stay protected. And I know that we've just had some people join us. And so this angelic frequency flow that we experienced in the last week is called the Aum. Aum. It sounds like you're revving your car. Aum. Oh, and there needs to be a little power behind it, because that's how mantras work. Oh, there's a sound resonance, and then it activates this. And so what we've done, in the last moments of our time together is that we've activated this into the entire field. And so allow that. But what was interesting that happened as I was practicing this and doing it, all of a sudden, from behind my third eye, the whole thing just lit up, just expanded and lit up. And part of that was combining the sono, that channel of light that we're bringing in from the seventh dimension, to activate the back of our third eye so that we can be guided through this process intuitively, this unfolding of the karma, resolving the karma and turning it to love. That's going to be our goal. So I'm going to do a little work on infancy indoctrination. And here's what the guidance I got. Infancy indoctrination is have or have not. I have enough to eat. I don't have enough to eat. I'm cold. I'm okay. I'm too hot. I'm okay. I have this. I have not. I have comfort. I don't. So if I don't, I might cry. If I do, I might smile and giggle. If things are feeling resonant, I'm calm. If something is hitting me, and what this have and have not does is it creates attachment. So we get attached to our parents, we get attached to food, we get attached to softness, and we get attached to comfort in our surroundings. We get attached. And you know what? In order to go 5D, we can't be attached. And yes, we still, okay, we need to sleep at this point, and we need to have a comfortable bed and clothes and things like that. But there's a way that attachment is going to be shown to us. Yep, you're still attached. And so you might find yourself in this thing where you're looking at all the stuff that you've accumulated and go, I might need to get rid of some of that. It's too much stuff. What happens then with the attachment is it goes through a continuous loop in 3D. So it can be looping in the mind. It can be looping in habits. It can be looping in addiction. Every day at 3 o'clock, I have to have, every day at 5 o'clock, I have to, I have to watch my show. It's this continuous loop. So you really want to watch out for those loops. And if you notice that you have a habit you have to do every day, take 2 days off, take 5 days off, take a week off. I just talked to a friend. She goes, yeah, I just went vegan, no alcohol, no coffee, no nothing, just for a week. I'm like, good for you, girl. So interrupting the continuous loop, actually, even though you might get a little, it actually gives you energy. And here's the deal, people, beautiful beings, we don't want to be circular anymore. We don't want to be spinning. We want to be spiral. And we don't want to definitely don't want to do the counterclockwise circle. I mean, there's some positive things that we can do, every morning you walk the dog, every morning you feed the cat. These are things that are habits, but you watch yourself. But then some of those other things are what they do is we do them over and over again counterclockwise, and eventually it starts to take us down. And we all know people who've gone down via addiction. It's it's a very sad aspect of being human. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to do some work. We're going to see what comes through for us, and I'm going to review for people who not joined us. And always, if you're finding this really intriguing, there's about 4 or 5 videos before this one on our channel, Quantum Whisperer. Go back, and if you can start at the earliest one and move forward, then you get oh, okay, I get it. And most of them you can listen to just to get filled in. Okay, so this mudra here, you'll see that looks like that, except you put the base of the palms together and you point the right fingers up, and sometimes even doing left up, right up, left up, right up. It activates something. It activates this clearing. It activates this streaming of soul purpose. So we're going to do some work on those lovely strands. And I want you just to take a flow through the last couple of weeks and go, yes, yes, yes. Those are manifestations of what's coming through in terms of attachment, addiction, habits, accidents, the whole thing. Just things that kind of, knocked you. Okay, so again, I'm going to invite us to close our eyes. You may assume that mudra that's over there. You're viewing in the lower part of your screen. And initially, we're going to activate the so no. So no. So no. And this is a stream coming down the back of our skull and arcing down from the higher frequencies, the higher realms, and arcing into the back of our third eye. You may even feel some pressure there. And you can help yourself kind of get it lined up by saying, so no. And then nod your head and say, yes, 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 yes. And the nodding of the head brings this channel more fully into your third eye. And then you may repeat sono, 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 sono. Okay, good. And now they're showing me, which I've never seen before, the blooming of the white lotus right there in our third eye. And you can continue to Silently, sono, 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 sono. And then yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Nodding the head. Saying yes to this next this next opening, this next phase. And see if you can look inward with your eyes and locate behind the bridge of the nose the root of that lotus, white lotus flower. Good. Just allow that just to be there. Yes, 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 yes. Mm. Hmm. And then we're encouraged to say the word resolve. Resolve. And you can bring anything up on the screen that you care for, care about, that needs resolve. 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 And you may feel a pulsing that moves upward towards your soul star. So that the soul shines its light, sheds its light, offers its light. And that which is embedded into your consciousness begins to lighten up, begins to lighten up, lighten up, lighten up. Yes, 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 yes. And now affirm that you indeed are the light of the soul. I am the light of the soul. I am the light of the soul. I am the light of the soul. Your soul is already 5D. So it's a beautiful little exchange here. I am the light of the soul. And then if there's anything left over, you bring those vortexes down from the soul star, flush through your whole field, right into quantum earth. Just let that energy just go right in, right in, right in, right in, right in. Beauty. Mm. Very good, everyone. I heard and felt the shift in energy. Wow. So it is, and so it shall be. Um, feel free just to stay in the state that you are experiencing right now. This is very good to let yourself go through, maybe a couple more times as guided by your sono. Engage, if you will, the whenever you think about it. Because as we kind of unearth these attachments to this planetary life, this simulation, we need to stream through it this way and this way with as much ease and grace. I am love, I am grace, right? And as you then observe thoughts, see if you can pick. It can just be as simple as like, okay, I had that thought and I am grace. And you might have to say it 5 times. Or I am the light of my soul. That was the one that came through today. I am the light of my soul. And then if you have an opportunity to shine that light out into your surroundings, the trees, the birds, the spring, or to another person, do it. Because that then makes the work we're doing significant for the good of all. Because what we did here today will affect the quantum in ways we cannot even imagine. So love, 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 love to you. And I know that in different ways, we're staying in touch on the quantum and learning as we go. I, I love this constant flow of downloads for us because it's quite surprising to me. Couldn't imagine this. So thank you all for showing it. We had just such a beautiful group today. Oh my gosh. Beautiful energy today. And I know you're all doing the work. I can feel it. So, uh, even as you engage, say, with this offering over the week, go back and have one more listen, you're feeding the field. It's not just for you, it's for us, it's for the IC, and it's for the quantum. All of those who are choosing to participate in this up leveling. Okay. See you next week. Love, love, love. Have a beautiful time. If you have any really cool little stories, always email me. There it is down there. Okay. Take care. Much love.